Recording. All right. Welcome, everybody, to Thursday Night Shift. It is our first one back since the holidays. Happy New Year. Yes, 2021 is going to be way better than 2020. I don't know how that's going to happen. We're still in a hypergrowth. So, we did something a little different tonight. We had the attendees, the first person, Heather, who put a question for all the speakers to answer. We're going to answer our question. And the question is, what's the first thing you did in your business for the new year? Y'all thought it was something better than that, didn't you? I know. Okay, who wants to go first? Jody, aka Jill, JP, or Jen? Anybody just know it right off the top of their head?
I didn't realize my name was Jill.
Yeah, I'll go.
All right, go for it.
It's nothing new and aha, but I basically looked at what I wanted to, basically kind of what Jen said, what I wanted to have repeated, what I was doing that maybe wasn't having effects. Basically, I kind of did a declutter of, but that's all from leadership all the way down to my personal kind of things that I'm just weeding out and implementing to new things. So it's not major, but.
No, that's good. Wait, Jen is going to go.
I can go.
Okay.
So I actually went through and I wrote down every single host that I had in 2020, and I've already started contacting them and trying to get them to book within the next 3 months.
I love it. I stopped selling Scentsy. I no longer offer the products as in my career for 2021. I don't need to sell any more products. I am strictly focusing on getting new team members in 2021. I am offering business opportunities and I'm no longer selling. And I'm going to carry that out through for 12 consecutive months. And I'm trying to I will hit annual mentor in 6 months is my goal.
And look what happened when you put that out to the universe. They're coming to you.
One just came tonight. Oh, wait, is it still on the other one? Yeah. No, it's the new plan. Are we in the new annual mentor? No, we're still.
Oh, annual mentor. No, but 2021.
Okay, that's good.
Annual mentor starts May 1st.
Beautiful. See, I'm on track.
Beautiful. Okay, so to answer, Heather had 2 questions. Actually, I stayed sober New Year's Eve because I had to be the designated driver. Jamie Cookie Pilcher, I bet, was also sober. So, for the rest of them, I can't speak to that. So this is kind of a hard question for me because I've done a lot of different things, but I think the one thing that's the most
Hey.
It's the yellow box, Jill. There you go.
Okay, so as I have written down the goals that I want to achieve for January 1st, which I have all my other bigger goals in my head. I haven't written them down yet, but I'm trying to focus on what I need to accomplish first to get me started on those bigger ones. And then I'll write down my master plan for the year. I'm still trying to get off vacation mode, to be honest with you. It's kind of hard to come back after Christmas and be like jumping into it. So yesterday was a good day to get back in my office for the first full office day. So that's what my plan is so far.
I love it. And I think we're missing Callie because of COVID. Jill is out as well, and Melissa is on vacation. So we are going to go ahead and rock and roll and get started. I'm very excited about actually our next 3 Thursday night shifts because this is probably, if not the most important thing that you need to do. If you're on this shift, you are here because you want to be successful in your business, but we all have got to have a map on how we're going to do it and lay it out. I would like in the chat, think of your biggest dream ever in your life that you want and put it in the chat. I would love to know what everybody's dream is. So we've got
I like this. I like watching them come in.
a vacation home in Ireland. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, I would love that too, actually. Take my entire family on an African safari. Like some of you have really thought about it. Like listen to Holly Rayburn. Dream home farmhouse on 45 acres out in the country and take my kids to Disney World. She knows exactly what that dream house looks like. She's envisioning. What color paint does it have, Holly? I'm interested to know. So when is the last time that you've even revisited what your big dream is or what you want? It might be charity work. It might be owning an island. It might be owning your own home. If there was no limits, no money, no restrictions, this is your dream. It could be anything you want it to be. So our dreams are our wishes and our desires that we want in life. Dreams are free. Dreams are thoughts. Dreams are unconscious and based on latent wishes. Latent wishes, is that how you say that? Dreams are ambiguous. What do all these words mean? Like this is the stupidest thing I'm reading ever. I mean, who uses these words? No one talks like this. I am watching. I feel like I'm. And and they talk so funny. And I looked over at Jason. I'm like, are you going to start talking to me like that?
I thought you pulled out the thesaurus.
I mean, I'm not reading any of this crap. No, but you get the point. They're fantasies, right? But they're also, at times, they're very unrealistic. Dreams are what we dream about, right? I've had some good dreams and I've had some bad dreams. Dreams can never be an ending as it is without a boundary. So clearly everybody knows what a dream is. Now, who wants to tell them about the flip side of the coin?
Hang on. Listen to me. So when we started talking about this tonight, we started it on Monday. We've kind of going back and forth with a couple of different ideas. And we decided yesterday that this was the topic we wanted to do. And we kind of laid out, this is what we want to do for the next 3 weeks. Oh. And it really got me thinking, as we started talking about it this week, I started thinking, well, how do we dream? How do we vision? I am a realist. So, and Heather and I have had conversations over the years of our friendship about dreaming. People will ask me a question of what my dream is. And I'm like, well, I don't know. I mean, I'm content with everything I have. Does anybody else have a hard time dreaming? It's hard. I find it personally very, very, very difficult. And I cap myself at, well, I know my dream. I'm pretty much living my dream. I'm financially secure. I've got healthy kids and a good house. But if I was to really and today I spent a lot of time at the hair salon, sitting in a chair, thinking about how do I dream and how do I speak to a person who has a hard time dreaming? And I really started thinking, like, if money was no option, if fear was off the table, if there was nothing standing between me and what I would really ultimately want, there are two things that come to mind. One is an island. It doesn't have to be a big island, doesn't have to be, expensive. I mean, I watch Island Hunters. They go for very realistic amounts of money.
They do.
But if I could have an island where there was just sun and water and my friends surrounding me, I would be a happy clam. My other option for a dream would be tons of land, and I call it a compound, and all of my people that I love, all of my friends would have a place to come. And in the middle of my compound that's connected by a lazy river, FYI, would be a place for all of us to meet and eat and have all of our toys and all of these things, because what brings me the biggest joy are the people that I love and sharing laughter with them. But this wasn't easy for me to come to. I don't know why it's so hard for me to dream. I'm very much a realist person. And I'll have to sometimes ask Heather, how do I figure out what is it that I want? And how do I get there and things like that. So if you struggle in that same kind of category about how to dream, I encourage you to do a little bit of research about what it means and really self-reflect on yourself and how to get there. Now, yeah. I am living a pretty big dream for a lot of people right now. And because I am happy, I have nice house. I have a healthy family. I have all of those things. I have all of you wonderful people. But if I want to dream limitlessly, y'all are coming to an island and I'm going to own it. And y'all are going to bring a chair. So it's going to be great. And that's really what we wanted to do, is we wanted to teach you guys that when you dream and you create actions to back them up, there really is nothing that will stop you. But sometimes to get started on that dream, for some of us, that's a little harder because we don't know how to start. We don't know where to begin dreaming.
But at least you
What?
took the time to think about it.
Yeah.
That's the most important part, is that
Yeah.
you took the time to think.
Yeah.
So I would love to share my kind of dream story that has to do with Becca Levi. So when I first, so Becca Lee, I don't know if you guys know who Becca is, but she's my sponsor. And when I first went to my very first leadership retreat with her, now for those of you who know Becca, she's very much a dreamer. She's very much can live in this ideal world of her. She knows the paint color. She knows exactly what she's envisioned her next recruit. Like, she's just one of those people. And I'm a meat and potatoes girl. I want to know exactly what to do. Tell me how to do it. I'll do it and I'll be successful. So she handed me a piece of paper that looks like this. So I was at this retreat and she said to all of us, write down your dreams. And of course, the people that were like her were like, oh yes, this is so easy. And I'm thinking, okay, this is a waste of my time. Me writing this stuff down is never going to get me where I want to go, right? How many of you are kind of thinking that same thing? Like, okay, you guys, this is so fluffy. This is such a waste of time. I did not get on this call to sit down and think about what my dreams are. But let me tell you what happened. So I just ran around my house looking for the card. These are literally all different years that I did it. The very first one that I did. So the very first one that I did had 5 things I wrote down on it, because Becca stood over my shoulder and like watched, and she was like, Jen, write them down. She literally made me do it. And I had attitude and I was like, I can't believe I wasted my time sitting here to write down my dreams. So my 5 dreams were that I wanted to own my dream car. I wanted to own an RV or a camper. I wanted to make at least a $25,000 in 1 month paycheck. I wanted to retire as a dental hygienist, and I wanted to go on an African safari. So those were the 5 things I wrote down. I stuck them in the back of a book because I was done with it. I did what she wanted me to do. It was over. Fast forward about 5 years, I pulled out a book and out falls this piece of paper. And guess what it was? It was my dreams. And guess what? Every one of them had come true. And I had no idea. I completely forgot that I wrote all of that down. And I started crying and I called Becca. I go, Becca, you're not going to believe this. Your little foo-foo stuff worked. Like I just read all my dreams that time when you stood over me and made me write all these crazy things down. And every single one of them came true. And so I'm just telling you guys this because this is how important it can be, even though you might think this is silly. And that's just an example of what my 5 dreams in my first year with Scentsy were, thinking that, oh my gosh, as if this is ever going to come true, all this stuff. And it did. So I'll let somebody else take over from there.
I just want to know how many of you on here are listening, going, or have never written this down ever. Like, you've heard it over and over and over and over again from all the people you follow in Scentsy, and you've never really done it. Be honest. We're not gonna kick you off. I promise. Yeah, a lot.
And I never would have either if it hadn't been for Becca.
Yeah, because it's kind of, it's dumb, right? It's out of our realm. We're like, what is this going to really do?
Is it really going to make me do it?
Right.
Well, and just to go kind of off of what Jen said about Becca, like, I don't have nearly the experience with Becca that Jen does, but Becca's way of thinking and the way she connects with people in the world and the universe, very outside my comfort zone. Very, just different. I'm a lot like Jen. Like, I don't want to do this. Just tell me what to do. I'll go out and I'll do it. I don't know how to dream. I don't have time for that. But what I've learned over the years, a lot from Becca, but from other people as well, is it works. I don't know. It sounds crazy, but it really does work. Like, when you put things down and you put them into the universe and you speak them truth and your mind is positive and you accompany that with some work and some dedication, it happens. It just happens. If you would have told me 10 or 11, 12 years ago that I'd be living the life I'm living now, I would have been like, okay, girl, I can't even afford to buy pizza for my family at that point in my life. So it does work. And I don't care what the magic formula is. It's there. Something's there. I don't need to know what it is. I just know that it works and I'm going to do it. So I told you guys in November, all of the times I've heard Kelly's speech about the check, trying to look where it is.
Yeah, I don't
And
have
I'd never written it out until now. And I have 3 of them posted. And one of them's right here, because why was I telling all of you guys that I just lost it. Why was I saying all you guys it works if I wasn't doing it myself? So I have my checks written out, my dream check that I want. And I'm going to do everything in my power to make that happen this year. So do what Jen says. Jen, I've never heard that story.
Yeah, that's a really cool story. And
Yeah,
that's
that's awesome. I'm really happy for you and I'm proud of you. Like that's
Amazing.
and I can sit there and I can see you being like, what? This is such a waste of my time. Jen's such a get it done type of person. She doesn't want fluff and all that, where other of us need a balance of both. Jen's like, I need no fluff. I just need the potatoes. Give it to me. So That's awesome, Jen.
Well, and it's a lot with the self-talk. Like, how many times have you talked yourself out of something? And it may not even be in this business. Is it trying a new food, or is it doing something scary, like going snow skiing for the first time? Have you ever talked yourself out of something before? Absolutely, right? So what you're telling yourself about your goals and your dreams for your business is the same thing as you telling yourself what's going to happen if you're going to try this crab dip or not, and you hate seafood. I am the worst. Do not let me try a new food if it has seafood in it, because I hate seafood. But the other night at dinner, bacon wrapped jalapeno, I bit into it and I'm like, is there seafood in this? And I about threw up, but at least I tried it, right? So I didn't want to, but I'm like, I have to do it. I have to try new things. So it is a lot of self-talk, and it gets you more confidence as you go along. And that's why it's so important to have that self-talk and putting it on paper for your 5 things like Jen's telling you.
So this morning I was talking to my mom, who's getting a little bit up there in age, and she's becoming quite the Krabby Patty. It's 8:30 in the morning and my mama is bees and mean. Okay. And I'm like, Mom, stop. I said, you are expecting a bad day before your day has even begun. You have no idea how powerful your mind is. Fine, Jody Lynn, she tells me. I'm like, I said, I'm going to send you a book about mindset because you clearly need it. So what do? Immediately I go to the Google and I find a quote and I send it to her. She didn't respond, but this is what it said. The mind is a powerful force. It can enslave us or it can empower us. It can plunge us into the depths of our misery or take us to the heights of our ecstasy. Learn to use its power wisely. And I was like, yes, that quote for me, it struck a chord. It hit home for me because I can be really mean to myself, really, really ugly. I wouldn't talk to other people the way I sometimes talk to myself. I just wouldn't. It's horrible. And I have to remind myself when I'm doing that, what purpose am I serving by telling myself all the time, you're fat, you're ugly, you don't know what you're doing, you don't deserve to be here. Get it off, shake it off. And it's a constant reminder, it's a constant battle, you guys, that we are our own worst critics, and our mind matters. What we teach or tell ourselves, what we feed our brains, the people we surround ourselves, whether or not we're daring enough to dream and to do those things, those are powerful. All of those things are powerful things. And it's important to me to remind myself and to come here and remind you guys that what we do and what we say will matter. And we cannot let negative thoughts come in, and we can't let negative people come in and bring our day down or bring our business down, because ultimately it will crumble. It'll pull it out brick by brick, everything you're building. If you let those negative thoughts in, it's like pulling a brick out of a new building. And that's kind of how I think of it. So, okay, I've gone off.
No, it's totally true. So are you waiting for your dreams to come true and change your life? A lot of people are. They're just waiting for it just to happen. And I'm sorry to tell you that dreams don't come true. Rather, it is your goals that can forever change your life. So you need to set goals in order to turn your dreams into a reality. Exactly how Jen said, all 5 things came true and became her reality. So don't confuse dreams and goals. Dreams are easy, they are free. However, dreams by themselves are just that, dreams. They are imaginary and they don't produce tangible results. You need to turn your dreams into action. You need goals to make the visions of your dreams real. Dreams can inspire you, but goals can change your life. Goals are all about action, and goals turn dreams into reality. Goals change you and change your life. Okay, so what will it take to turn your dreams into goals? Oh, hold on. I just found another whole sheet that I wanted to tell you about. No, I didn't. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. I did skip a whole sheet, but you get the point.
I want to say something.
So we need,
Yes, JP, go ahead.
Sorry, this is a little off topic, but I just want y'all to know that like I've been doing this for Cincy for almost 15 years. And this is probably the main thing that I struggle with the most, like what Jen said, of writing it down and actually like, I feel like my brain doesn't work the way some people does and know how to be like, what do you mean? It's all a dream to me, or it's all a goal. So listening to Heather, and I probably have heard these things a million times within being in Cincy, and every time I learn something new and it resonates with me more, and I'm able to kind of reflect on things that I've done that I didn't even realize I did, kind of like what Jen said, things that maybe it wasn't something I wrote down, but regardless, I just want you to know this is something that is very much a struggle for me to be able to hone in and pinpoint, and almost sometimes, just to be honest, to see the value, like literally, what is this going to do to help me? But it does. So I just wanted to like be a little cheerleader for a minute, that if you're like zoning out or you're thinking this isn't going to amount to something, take it from me, who's been doing this for a hot second, that this is so important to literally vocalize, visualize, write it down. It is so important to literally speak it into being. So I just wanted to give that little.
No, I think that's important because people think this is so much BS. And if there's nothing else that we tell you, I mean, I'm not going to say that because you are going to listen to us say other stuff, but seriously, you have to have a plan of where you're going. If I'm going to go try a new restaurant 45 minutes from here and I've never been to that town, I'm going to use my map on my phone to give me directions to get there. You need the same thing. If this is a business for you, which I'm sorry, but my $99 that I spent, I want to be debt free. I want to be making $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a month is my goal. I am a long way away from that. However, I know where I'm going, and you have to have a map to get there. So do we want to go ahead and go into the assignment or expand more on what we want them to do?
well, I think that just to kind of sum it up, guys, you need goals for your dreams to come true. So the way to get to accomplish your dreams is to come up with some goals. So if you don't have long-term and short-term goals, then you have no stepping stones. You have no plan to accomplish your dreams, right? So I think it's that simple. We have to have goals in order for our dreams to come true. So I do have, and this is something that's really helped me a lot. You guys, most of you know how much I love Mary Christensen. And in one of her books, she does the 7 steps to finding the right goal. And I don't have to go over them with you, but if you get this book, the green book, Be a Direct Selling. If you haven't read this book, if you don't have this book memorized, you should, because I do. And this book has helped me so much in my business. So I carry it around. You can see all my little markers because this is literally how often I use it. This entire book is highlighted and written all through. But I mean, the step 1 is your heart needs to leap. So when you're excited about what you're working on, what you're planning, your heart needs to leap. You need to have that pilot light in your heart. When you feel that feeling, you know that you're on your way to the right place. And that's just kind of her first step, but there's a lot of great ideas in here. So I won't bore you with going over the 7 steps, but that's that.
And
I want to say this book too. Just get this one too
Yes.
while you're at it.
All of them. Get every single book that Mary Christensen has, I own and I have memorized. Swear to God.
Yeah, she's good. Go ahead, Jody, or Jamie. Who was that?
It was me, Dawn, and sorry, I can't turn my video on tonight because I'm literally sitting in my tub watching this, so I can't turn my video on.
Hi, Dawn.
Phil knows usually on all the calls, I'm sitting in the tub. But I think, especially for me, and hearing JP speak on that, it really kind of, and how she struggles. This is one thing I have struggled with. I've been with Cincy for 10 years. Always hasn't been a business. The last 3 years I've been working it as a business, but it's hard for me to dream. And I think it's hard for a lot of people to dream because we don't want to set ourselves up for failure. And especially in this day and time, it's hard to dream big in a world that's struggling. Everywhere you look, there's struggle, there's doubts, there's people pushing you, and you don't want to set yourself up for failure. That's a scary, scary thing. So I think we all, including, I mean, even you guys, I mean, superstar directors, it doesn't matter your title. We as human beings, we deserve so much more than what we actually give ourselves credit for. And so like we limit ourselves, we hold ourselves back, and therefore we cut ourselves short, we cut our dreams short, because we want to know if we set a small goal and a small dream, we know more than likely we're going to achieve that goal and achieve that dream. And we know that we're going to be happy with ourselves. But if we dream big and say, like, my goal, I want to make my first $10,000 paycheck. I come inches away from it last month. Inches. I could feel it. This month, I'm claiming it. I want to see my first $10,000 paycheck, and I want to have a consistent $10,000 paycheck. I never thought that could be possible, but it's within reach. And it's all because I have worked and dreamed and haven't given up. I've wanted to give up many a times, but I think the closer, like the more that you give yourself shots and the more that you keep pushing yourself, the closer you get to where you want to be. And when you start seeing things within reach and seeing other people around you, because we're all in the same boat. I mean, nobody got to where they're at by chance or mistake or luck. They learned to set goals, and they set themselves up short so many times. They realized, I can do a little bit more. I can do a little bit more. And I think that's what it takes. In such a scary world, give yourself a little bit more credit than what you have been, and you'll surprise yourself at what you can do.
Dawn, you are spot on the money on that. And there's several people that are feeling this so much. It's so hard to dream big and then feel crushed when you do it. And this is where we want to educate you. You're not going to have failure on your dreams. I could dream that I am a size 2 and I have 0 wrinkles. Like, your dream is your dream is your dream, right? Nobody's putting parameters or guidelines on your dreams. Only you are. So let your dream be huge. But like when Holly Rayburn said, #transparency, my dreams are always too big that I don't feel like I could ever reach them. You're not trying to reach your dream, your goals. You're doing the wrong goals to get you to your dream. So it's a realignment at this point. Don't set yourself up and be like, oh my gosh, I've already failed because my dream is so big, I'll never reach it. No, we need to realign and make sure you're doing income producing activities to where you achieve those goals to reach your dreams. And the goals don't have to be huge. It can be bite-sized chunks, right? Eat that frog. If it's the worst task you have to do tomorrow and you hate calling customers, the first 30 minutes of your day, guess what you're going to do? You are going to call customers. Swallow it, do it, get it done. In the book we're reading right now, How Does She Eat an Elephant? One bite at a time. If you are not reading this month with us, get on. We're going to have a book every single month. This is what we're reading this month. There's no talk about it, but you may hear us talk about it a lot because it's really good, really good.
Can I interrupt for 1 second, Heather?
Yeah, go.
I want to kind of go off of what everyone just said, because I posted an article in this chat a little while ago. If you guys missed it, it's in there. But I told you guys, like, I really wanted to dive into this topic because it's a hard topic for me. In the article, the very first sentence, or excuse me, the first paragraph is kind of exactly what Dawn said. So I'm going to read it. It says, to live your life to the fullest, one key factor you need to remember is the size of your dreams. If your dreams are small, you will miss many things in life. You will miss them not because they are out of your reach, but because your limiting beliefs hinder you from reaching them. And I was like, damn, Dawn just said that. Like, that's so true though. And that's why I think for me, it's always been hard to dream big. I'm a realist. So I see like, well, I can't have that because that's not tangible. And then I'm like, I don't really know how to dream bigger and I don't want to fail. But like Heather said, can't fail in your dreams. I mean, you can maybe not hit a goal, but that doesn't, if your goal is 10 recruits and you still got 9, you're 9 closer to 10. So you're always going to be closer to where you want to be as long as you're doing the right activities to hit your dream or hit your goal, which will lead you to your dream.
Also,
And I wasn't even paid at Title for what, 6.5 years, 8.5 years, something. That's a long time. I could have gotten very discouraged. Go
well,
ahead, JP.
just another kind of piggyback off of what's already being said, especially, and I want to say this, especially at the beginning of a new year, I think, because I'm 100% guilty of like, okay, I got to do this, this, and this, and this, this, and this, and then I'll think about the big thing. I'll eat the frog because I have to do all of these. You know what? Heather got on here saying like, she's so behind. She's got all of this. There will always be something. There will always be a million tasks. There will always be a million things that it's okay, but don't keep putting it off, because the further you put it off, the further it is until you're going to work for it. So I'm just saying a lot of these things that I'm saying to y'all is because it is exactly the way my brain works and is exactly what I'm trying to tell myself. So I'm just so guilty in what Jody just said. I've always kind of just been scared to dream big because I'm a realist too. And I'm like, that's never going to happen. So get out of these habits, speak it into being, and don't put it off. Like, do it right now.
And you have to be diligent. Listen, you got to be, I mean, disciplined. It's not easy. If it was easy, we would all be doing this and making $50,000 a month, right? Like, it's not easy. Everybody has to do things that are uncomfortable or hard things to do it. But you also, the foundation is your dream branched off into all these little goals, into these tiny little daily income producing activities. There are so many things. If I sat back, sometimes I feel like I'm Tabitha Takes Over. Do you remember that show where she'd come in the salon and take over and change everything to efficiency and get it done right and just here to make it? I feel like I'm Tabitha Takes Over. I watch sometimes, like I've seen so much things that I wish I could say, stop doing this. Stop doing this in your business. Quit posting and commenting on every single Cincy person's stuff that has nothing to do with your business. You're not making new relationships. Yes, they can be your friends, but when I see the majority of your life commenting on Facebook and you haven't had a recruit in 6 months, I can tell you what to stop doing and start doing something else, right? It's just real talk. Everyone has the same amount of hours in a day. You're not recruiting because you're not choosing to spend time on to find new relationships, new people, and talk recruiting and share recruiting, or have packets already made up where you have it to hand out, right? How are you going to, I mean, I don't leave the house with a bra on. I'm not going to leave my house without a packet in my hand, right? If this is my goal for 2021 is to hit annual mentor in 6 months, oh, you best believe I'm going to have packets ready to go every time I leave my house. So you've got to be conscious of what you want. You've got to put it into action. What are you doing to achieve this today? And it really is that simple. But if you don't remember, you're not as gung-ho as me. Like when I put my mind to something, I'm going to do it. Put Post-it notes everywhere. It doesn't matter. Put rubber bands on I don't care what you have to do. It doesn't matter. But you have to, I hand packets with conversations. I'm not a solicitor putting things on mailboxes. I don't believe in that. When people leave stuff on my door, I'm not answering. I have tried to meet new people every single day and strike up conversation. It may not even be Cincy first, but I'll be like, oh, I really like talking with you today. What's your number? Let's find each other on Facebook. Boom, done. That's it. Then I'll go in and, go to second base later. It doesn't have to be home run the first day with the packet. If you struggle to meet new people, you got to go places. You got to put yourself in avenues to meet new people. Online, galore, groups. You like puggles? Get in a puggle group. You have 17 children, find a I hate my kids group or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you get my point. Yeah.
Or a guinea pig group if you're Lisa Becker.
It's true.
So do we want to, at this point, kind of tell them where we're going, what the next step is?
Oh,
let's just see how many people, and don't be afraid to be honest in here, you guys, but who's done a vision or a dream board ever? digital or, poster board. Oh, okay. Let me scroll my screen over.
Wait, let's screenshot it. Everybody hold up your hand.
Well, I can only show, I see 1, 2, 3 on my screen, 4,
1, 2, 3.
5, 6, 7. I got 7 hands, 8. And then nobody has their camera on over here. So.
Oh, there's 4 screens. Crap.
Yes, I know. That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to go through.
Oh, but screen 3 and 4 are no faces. So that's not going to work.
Okay. So I have done them before and I had a lot of fun doing them. I used to love to do them at the home meetings I had. I haven't done one in a super long time. And we just kind of thought it would be a really great idea if that's what we started with tonight, and how to dream and why it's important, and where to begin with that whole process. And what we'd like for you guys to do is work on that this week. Now, you get to decide, do you want to do a poster board one for your office? Do you want to do a digital one? Or do you want to be extra and do both? So that's what you guys are going to work on. But we really want you to think about it and dive deep into, what do you want on your dream board? Is it that dream car? Can you envision yourself in that car? Is that dealership close to you? Can you go sit in your future car and take a photo and put that on your dream board?
Yes, you can.
You can. I bet you can.
And you should.
Yes.
Make it real, not.
Yes, there's Pam's. Pam that's her and her husband, and that's his dream truck, and that is on her vision board. She sent me a picture of her vision board a few days ago. And it's packed with and she's always got her goals. She's always telling me, these are my goals for the month. I'm going to tell you, Pam never misses them. And I truly believe it's because Pam puts them in front. She's looking at them right now, right? They're in front of you on your, yep. And her actions always align with what she wants. If she wants a $10,000, PRV month, she doesn't have one party scheduled. She has 10 parties scheduled. You see what I'm saying? Pam always has those come true because I think Pam's always looking at those. They're always forefront. And over the years, her dreams and her goal board's always changing. It's always, yep, she made star director. So as she reaches one, she checks it off and she replaces it with a new dream. So that's kind of what we want you guys to do. Now, what we didn't decide is, are we going to do them next week together?
So you're going to start collecting the things together, and you can finish up making them or start making at your own leisure, but we are next week. It is going to be a training in the beginning, but we're actually going to be on here. You can either be gluing, pasting, or building together. We thought it might be kind of a fun, casual-ish hangout as we're all making our boards, because in order to participate in any future of these calls, you are going to have to show proof that you did it. Can I say that?
We can say anything we want.
Can I make that a requirement? Yeah.
It doesn't have to be fancy either. Like she's saying, you can literally take a piece of notebook paper, a magazine, cut out pictures out of a magazine and glue stick them to your notebook paper. Anything. Yep.
Just not blank.
I just kind of wanted to share. I'll show you guys. So after all of that happened, I was like, well, you better believe I'm going to take this serious now. So you guys might have seen this on one of my training calls, but I got a shadow box, and I won't go over what all the things are right now, but I went to Hobby Lobby and bought all kinds of stickers, and this took me 18 hours because I'm so not creative. It took me forever and ever and ever. But yeah, so it has lots of really cool dreams on it. And like they were saying before, I'm not embarrassed. It's okay to want the world. Why would I settle for the county fair when I want to go to Disney World someday? You know what I mean? It's okay. You're not being selfish. The more money you make, the more you can bless people, right? It's not just because you want to go out and buy the most expensive car and eat at the most expensive restaurants. You can also give. So making great money has a lot more benefits than just you. So a dream board can be anything. It's just a matter of doing. Even honestly, like I said earlier, if you just write it, because I had a dream, I'm sure many of you have this paper. If you just write it on a piece of paper, that's better than nothing, and hang it like Pam does where you can see it, because I think that's key. I got lucky that I tucked it in a book and it fell out and I found it, but put it where you can see it. I will say Becca is really big on that, sticky notes, putting things, if you have a really big dream.
True.
And the other thing is make sure that, guys, your dreams are really exciting, because is making superstar director really a dream? Is that, or did all of your dreams come true? No, that's a goal.
It's the same.
A goal is to make superstar director. Right. So it might be a big goal of yours, but it's not your dream, because why do you want to make superstar director? What do you think that's going to change in your life? What opportunities is that going to open up for you? What kind of blessings are going to come to you once you make superstar director? Because what comes along with making superstar director, right? So kind of think of that too. If it's just kind of if you're just picking a dream of something that's not really that exciting to you, like paying off my car, I understand that for some people, paying off your car might be a dream if it's something like you've just never owned a car. But for a lot of us, like just to pay off a bill is not really my dream. I mean, yes, I want to pay off my bills. It's a goal. I need to do that. But is that going to get me up at 5 a.m. every morning to work 2 hours extra because I want to pay off my car? Maybe not. So think of that too. That thing,
That's
whatever
true.
your dreams, you want those things that like you can't even believe that the day it happens that you are going to do this for your family or whatever. Just think of it that way. So goals and dreams, remember that they are different.
So true. What makes you get up at 5 a.m.?
Yeah, my island is going to get me up at 5 a.m. Not so I can have an island, but so we all can go to that island and make some serious freaking memories. That's what
And
drives
watch the
me.
sunrise.
Not the island. It is what will happen and who I will share it with is why I want a small, tiny island.
And that's what you want on this board, is anything that gets you up at 5 a.m. or even if you want to be debt free, and that is something you can put other little things like that you are, because I want to be debt free. It's going to take me a while to do it, but it does drive me, but it doesn't really wake me up at 5 a.m. to do it. But like my dream car did, like if there's a dream car that you want, go to the dealership and get a picture of you sitting in it. Yes, you can write it down, but it is power in that, but there is nothing more powerful than seeing yourself in your own reality you're trying to create.
I love what Pam and Dennis did.
Yeah.
They went to the dealership and took a picture with it. And I've seen other people, because a lot of people want Jeeps, like purple Scentsy Jeeps, and they've taken pictures and posted them, and that's what drives them. So
I want like a 6-carat diamond ring. I would get up at
I
3
would
a.m.
never,
for
someone
that.
would cut your finger off.
My hands are big. That's why I need big diamonds. But I would get up at 3 a.m. for that.
3 a.m., not just 5?
Not 5. I bumped it up another 2 hours. Big hands require big diamonds. That's what I've told my husband my whole life. I'm a big girl. Sorry.
So just to give you guys some other little tidbits of what you can do, if I can find where I was this week, when you're thinking about this, if you're having a hard time with it, I shared that article, but I'm going to read to you some of the key points before we end the call. So, and I do this frequently. Again, I need constant reminding. I like to get inspired by stories of people who thought they were going to fail and they persisted and they stayed consistent and they overcame that. So find stories or talk. If it's a famous person or if it's somebody in Scentsy, talk to them, get inspired, find your inspiration. We already talked about how you're going to write your dreams down. We will then tackle how to create an action plan for that. The fourth, I like this one, pay the price daily. Again, if it moves you, it will drive you to get up at 5 a.m. And that's what they mean by pay the price daily, be consistent. Don't think that it will ever be easy. If you have a huge dream and huge goals, there's gonna be challenges along the way. There's not gonna be a smooth road. It's not like it goes like this. It's peaks and valleys and turns and walls sometimes in the place. What you do when you get to those obstacles will determine whether or not you reach your dreams. Be careful of being average, because we talked about this earlier. Those around us might say that what you're aiming to is a little too ambitious. They might advise you to just live a normal life instead, or like my mom does every day, tells me that it will never happen. Don't listen to those types of people. And then it says, go through the flat seasons. And I'm going to read this one so I don't mess it up. There might be times when you seem to get stuck. You might see no meaningful progress for a long time. In such a situation, it is tempting to just give up on your dreams, but don't do that. The flat season is normal. It's something everyone must go through. Keep dreaming, keep moving forward, and you need to think about what you can do to improve, of course, but keep the fire burning within you. If you do that, a new season will eventually come where things get brighter again.
That's good.
And, yeah, it's a good article.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
And two, how many of y'all, when Jen was talking, how many of y'all thought, man, I wish I had a story like that to share? Like, once you've reached certain things in your business where you're like, oh my God, I'm gonna totally share that, like a overcoming or triumph or joy or something that you achieved that you're really proud of, that you can use that in your Scentsy story, right? This is the year for that. I know a lot of you are probably thinking, I don't have that yet. I don't have that joy in my career yet, or in my Scentsy story that's got that wow factor, right? Or a Louis Vuitton, or I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like that big old shiny object, like Dawn saying, I'm inches away from my $10,000 paycheck, right? That's huge. Are you kidding me? I know some of y'all are probably thinking, I just don't have those moments. But here's what you are going to have those moments in 2021, because you're going to figure out what's driving you, what's getting you up at 5 a.m. Why are you working so hard and willing to do the goals to get you there? And it starts with that. And by the time that we're done doing what we need to do with this and the goal setting and the bite-sized goals and the chunks that we're going to walk you through for you to be successful, to achieve your dream, it could happen by the end of this year, and you're rewriting your own Scentsy story now with your own wow factor in it, right? And so that's pretty cool to be able to share that, especially the naysayers that look at you and go, oh, she's dreaming way too big, like Jody said. No, I'm not, because now I'm dreaming even bigger, because when I achieve something, I don't stop there. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I'm like, what's next? Oh, okay. I wanted a $10,000 paycheck and I somehow skipped 15. I'm like, I want 20. I just doubled it. I want a $20,000 paycheck. What happened to the middle part? I don't even know. But I'm always wanting to strive for more or the next level. And if you do that in your Scentsy business, even by what's the next title? How do I get to the next title? You will always win every single time. If you're always striving to get to the next rank, you're always going to win. You're always going to be building an empire deep and wide. So just keep that in mind too. There's motion at my front door. What if somebody's delivering the 6-carat diamond on credit that I'm trying to pay off?
I keep hitting the wrong buttons. So just to share with you guys, when I went shopping with my team, when we went shopping for our dream boards, we went to Hobby Lobby. And honestly, if you go stand in that sticker section, like you'll probably find stickers for anything and everything you could ever dream about. And then of course there's magazines and you can pull up pictures on the internet. So just start doing some searching and print out some pictures and just get the juices flowing.
I'm going to go to Hobby Lobby tomorrow.
I wish we could do them together. I wish we could do a
We
group
are next
Hobby
week.
Lobby trip like we've done before, because that's madness, you guys. That's madness. That's a challenge for some other time. But
Do a Hobby Lobby field trip.
oh, we've done them. And I'm gonna tell you, people looked at us like, there's 20 of us, and they're like, what are you guys? They thought we were at some like game show or something. We're like, no, we're just
Yep.
crazy Scentsy consultants. Don't mind us. Move over. We got stuff to buy. So it was great.
Yep. It was so fun.
Christina says I was already going to Hobby Lobby tomorrow anyway. That's funny.
Mother was probably too.
Me too.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, who has questions or about goals or the supplies of what's next? Anybody have any questions or comments?
Oh, Heather's got an idea. I mean, I'm okay with her idea.
I see that.
Talk about a real interactive Zoom. That would be the one.
Logs too, or just spring and summer.
Oh, sugar. So
Someone asked if they could do a Pinterest board for theirs.
yeah, digital.
Absolutely.
like
That's
it.
a
Print it
great
out.
idea. What a great
Yeah.
idea.
That is actually a really great idea.
But I would print it out, like screenshot it, right? And print it.
Look at it.
Because if you don't open Pinterest on a regular basis, it's not going to be in front of you. But awesome idea. Costs $0. Great
I
idea.
think I'm gonna use that. I never thought about that. That's smart.
And here's what's going to happen is you are going to post these publicly on social media. You can go live in your VIP group talking about what's on it and what you're going to earn. Like, this is not just something you're going to keep quiet in your little shell. We're not making you do that this year. This is a new you in 2021 with goals, dreams, courage.
And Heather cooking.
And I cooked. I made a dip for dinner. I thought it was a meal. It's not. It's fine.
All right.
We're gonna eat early because I'm going to get fajitas now. I'm starving.
I think we've covered everything.
Oh, Pinterest board, Carmen. It's an app called Pinterest. It looks like this one here. Don't look. It's got 373 notifications, but that's the Pinterest. And you can create like visual boards for different things that you like.
Who has that many Pinterest notifications? Ever?
Not me.
That's why you don't respond to the ones I tag you in.
I haven't opened that app in a very long
Where
time.
I am, I'm in that 373 is JoJo.
Only Heather Gorsuch.
That is true.
I love you. All right.
All right.
Go eat, Heather.
So we're gathering supplies. You can start making ahead of time if you want, but we want them completed by next Thursday night when our call is over-ish is our goal.
You can add finishing touches, but we want to,
But you can get on here and assemble. We'll have a little mini training and then, it can be health goals. No, girl, not just
your dreams, your goal, you do you.
Yeah. I'm gonna be way lighter. I think I was 145 when I got pregnant. And I just weighed myself the other day when they asked me and I was 225 and I thought I was doing so good. And I'm like, well, okay, keto, it's coming back because I don't exercise, y'all. I'm getting old. Like after I had COVID, my heart, I feel like I can't breathe. I'm like, I need to start exercising and I need to stop eating. I got to start eating keto friendly again. So that started Monday, which sucks, but I got to do it because I can't, my pants don't fit. So that's going to be on my board for real.
That's why you wear buffet britches like me, that stretchy kind.
Oh, it's so awful,
Buffet
you guys.
britches.
Buffet britches.
Cindy's doing keto too. Good. See? Oh, a Peloton is on her board. Listen, that's expensive. That's a really nice. Everybody loves those. Yeah, that's a good one to be on your board, actually. That's a really good one.
And there's a Wax Boss Tribe Facebook page for Sensi Peloton owners that everybody goes in and works together.
Oh,
that
that's
Heidi
cool.
started.
That's awesome. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Prayers for Callie. Yes. Yes, Tina, we're doing a vision board. Get your supplies. You can start in the next week. Yes. Thank you so much. All right, guys. Y'all have a great night. We're ending a few minutes early, which is okay. And we will see you guys next Thursday night. Have a great night, everybody.
Heather, you guys have to recording.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you. I'm going to hit leave meeting.